Hey, listen, I just want to first ask you, how much do you miss baseball right now?
I miss baseball. I mean, tremendously, and it's definitely a crazy feeling you really just expect a major league season and all these great things that we have, just in our normal daily lives that we don't really appreciate as much until they're taken away. So, miss it a lot right now. Using the virtual reality, the WinR, trying to get my at bats and like using a wiffle ball machine and just doing what I can to keep the baseball feels going.
Yeah, well, I was going to ask also how you're staying fit. I know I saw some video that you guys are posting of you're running up down the street and you're trying, but how hard is that?
Yeah, with the self quarantine thing, there's only so much you can do, and we're still in the rental house in Arizona. So fortunately, the Giants gave me some bands. I have band work. We're doing yoga, running outside, and you can if you use your imagination, you can come up with plenty of good workouts. So I'm actually feeling pretty good about that, and really enjoying getting to get my body in better shape. But really, nothing competes with playing games, because as a baseball player, it's just a completely different dynamic. But yeah, it's going well.
Well, it must have been a little bit surreal. It's kind of surreal for all of us, but for you to come back to the Giants, to sign the contract, which I believe uh, it wasn't that long ago, really, and then to see the season taken away. You guys were in Scottsdale getting ready to play a game, right? And all of a sudden they said it's over. Can you just take us through those emotions?
Yeah, I don't think we really understood exactly what was happening, but we weren't sure how long this was going to be, and the severity of it. But I did take it very seriously, and me and Alexis we started self quarantining really early, and trying to just do everything we can to get back to normal life. And baseball is secondary to this, and this is honestly a great time to reflect and to spend time with family. And I'm using the time also to read and to learn. But I think initially it was like, okay, this is tough, but we got to get through it. And so, it definitely is a bad feeling to not get to play baseball, but there's just a bigger cause here.
Hmm. Okay, before we bring in Lexi, I want to ask you real quick because the video surfaced of you down in the Dominican. And first of all, when did you learn Spanish? How much Spanish do you know?
So I got a little better at it. I would never say I learned Spanish. I just have I can say little phrases here and there, maybe order a cup of coffee. Uh, but yeah, I practiced a lot more when I was down there, and the Dominican experience was wonderful. But I definitely should use this time to start learning more Spanish, because it helps a lot with your teammates.
Yeah, we'll add that to the list. But take us inside the locker room when you were, for the Toros, right?
Uh-huh.
And firing up the team. How was the response among your teammates down there when you kind of got them all fired up?
Oh man, they were amazing. And the teammates, the locker room was incredible. I think they respect, even though I couldn't speak Spanish great. If I tried to throw a few Spanish words and do as much of the speech in Spanish as I could, I definitely sat through some hour and a half long meetings of all Spanish, and all I could read was body language, and just kind of feeling the energy of their tone. And it's crazy how much you can pick up just from that. And but the teammates and the country there was truly, truly welcoming, incredible to me. And that they love baseball so much there. So I feel like I felt right at home, and it was a good time, and I loved playing baseball with everyone down there.
Okay, one more baseball question. We know that in the off season you worked on your swing, and we know you went to LA before you went to the Dominican. When we see you at bat now, we're still seeing. I've seen you go down to one knee on that swing. And how is your swing different right now? And how different is it?
It's a lot different. It's completely different. But a lot of people will be like, "Oh, it looks the same," but I'm swinging completely differently with a completely different hand and a totally different path. And it does look similar, but it's a lot different. And what I told the media last year when they asked me, they were like, "It looks the same." I was like, "Well, we'll see at the end of the year. Let's see if the results are different, because I'm not swinging it all the same." So you might not see it. You have to really slow it down and kind of look at it. But it's a big difference if you really go back, and if I was to slowly show you. But it happens kind of quickly, and and it's just tough to explain. So hopefully the results will speak for themselves, but I've enjoyed learning a whole new way of like approaching baseball. I feel like a kid in school, like every day is like is a learning session, and just mastering, taking the perfect swing, and having a really good plan with that, and matching launch angles, and like, I guess, spin rate and spin axis. It gets really, really, it gets really detailed. So it's a lot of fun though, having those weapons.
Well, throw away all those details. How much of it also is just having confidence and believing in something that you're doing? Like just having confidence in that swing.
Well, confidence in life is extremely incredible and extremely like powerful. And I'm a big mind guy, but confidence comes through preparation, through knowing, through practice, through just like when you've put in the work, it's easy to be confident. And when you understand the swing and you understand what the pitcher's doing and how to match the different planes, the confidence is just natural. You don't even have to force it or fake it. Like it just is there because you know what you're doing. So I think knowing breeds confidence.
Okay, enough technical stuff. Now can we bring in Lexi?
Yeah, let's bring in Lexi.
Yeah.
The better half. This is the main.
I don't know about better. Definitely shorter, that's for sure.
The mastermind. I mean, because I've watched some of your videos, and you're driving it, Lexi.
I mean, it's just something fun that I get to do. I mean, our life is so crazy, and we're so lucky to be in this baseball world. So I definitely want to share a lot of our life with people, because I feel like a lot of fans don't really get to see the amount of travel that we do, the amount of moving that we do. And like Hunter and I, during this pandemic, we're not stuck, but we're in Arizona and we can't go back home. We can't move to San Francisco. So we're kind of in a limbo. And so people are complaining about it. And I'm like, at least you get to be home. This isn't even our home, but we're so lucky still to have each other. And so I'd like to uplift people through this and kind of share what our life in the baseball world is really like.
Yeah, well, I mean, what I liked about watching it was it seems like it's full of like silver linings. Like it seems to be the focus of what you guys are doing a little bit.
Yeah, we try we're trying to share our most authentic selves to hopefully inspire people to be just as authentic. And and Hunter has taught me this, it's all about perspective on how you want to look at it. And that's definitely something I've learned from Hunter, and it's something I'd like to share with a lot of our viewers.
How do you decide, and Hunter, you can jump in, but how do you decide, where to draw the line? Like, you mentioned, hey, we're going to go take a shower now. We're going to do this. I mean, obviously, you're not going to bring the camera, into some of the places, but is there ever a dialogue between the two of you? Like, let's not go there.
Absolutely.
Yes. Definitely a lot of stuff when it comes to teams, like with the Giants, I really want to respect the other players' privacy, but working with a lot of the younger guys, they're a little bit more open and excited to share what they're working on and what they're doing. And I think they understand social media a little bit more. And, there are times in our lives, even like my own sister doesn't like to be on camera, or, there are times my dad always makes fun of me because I always throw him on and he's never ready. So there are times where there is a line, and, I think we're just trying to be ourselves, and that's our bottom line, I think. And there are some things that we like to keep personal, but for the most part, we're pretty open. I mean,
we're really open, but
yeah.
there's very few things, but we just respect everyone who doesn't want to be on camera, and obviously there's a lot of like outtakes or like mess ups or whatever the case may be, but for the most part, we're extremely open.
Yeah.
Hunter, can you just tell us just one thing that you had to put the kibosh on? Like, nope.
Well, today we put the kibosh on a picture I took of her playing Animal Crossing in an interesting place.
First of all, what do you mean Animal Crossing? What is that?
It's a game on the Switch.
Oh.
I kibosh that.
Yeah, she's like really in love with farming on Animal Crossing right now, and I caught her playing in an interesting scenario, and it was definitely supposed to be kibosh. I was just messing with her, but that was just the first one that popped in my mind.
Yeah.
Gotcha. All right, so Lexi, you're working on a gnome project.
Oh yeah. Oh shoot, I just cleaned them up.
Can we check out the gnome here?
Yeah, we'll go grab the gnome. Yeah, I've gotten really into painting while we've been here. Just keeping. I was reading some studies that painting is really therapeutic and help with stress levels and anxiety. So my sister
really has helped her.
Yeah, my sister
Wow.
actually, here it is.
Look at that. That's done now, right?
That's pretty much done.
That's
Yeah.
that's very detailed and intricate. How many coats of paint is that?
It's a lot.
It's a lot.
It took her
It's
a
a
long
lot.
time.
But yeah, so
That's great.
that's kind of what I've been working on, and now I'm getting into knitting a blanket. So I think just keeping your hands and your mind busy is really important during this time, and you know, it helps with anxiety, and I'm really into crafts, and now I have the time to do it, and I'm enjoying it.
Like you said, you got to find silver linings, and we have obviously a lot more time now. I think everyone does, and so finding ways to like narrow your focus, being present, like calming it down, because it's easy to get caught in like the fearful and anxious thoughts, and so it's important to slow down, to calm the mind, in my opinion, and just stay centered. And like crafts is one of those ways to really get you present and get the creative mind working.
I also realized like I don't have a lot of hobbies. So this was like, you know, because I'm so used to like being on the go with baseball and going out to eat with friends and meeting up with friends, getting
Making
coffee
videos.
and making videos that you like when you do have time to slow down, you're like, wait,
What
I
do I
actually
wanna
don't
do?
have any hobbies. So
Right.
it's kind of actually allowed me the time to explore that. And
Well, one hobby I think you guys seem to have, which is a big one, and also a silver lining, I guess, at the same time, would be your coffees. And I saw that you guys came out with a second type of coffee, and it's actually for a cause to raise some money. Can you talk about it a little bit?
yes. So Hunter picked this coffee out himself. He tried a bunch of coffees, and he also curated this mug.
All right, so there's
Static Boom.
Static Boom. It's black and orange. I mean, we've had this bag for a while now, but
Yeah. Well, it's not the high quality label, but that's kind of
What's Static Boom all about, though? Like, give us a little detail.
all right, I'll give you some details. So it's from Ethiopia. I believe it's from Sidama. I'm not sure if I'm saying that correctly, but the flavors I do know: starfruit, lemongrass, and Earl Grey. And that's what the professionals say. I find it the lemon flavor, like it's got a citrusy. It's a lighter coffee, but it's really good. And it was the one I picked out of the curation that we did of quite a few coffees, and I love it. I'm excited to share it. And all the proceeds. Oh yeah, also I forgot.
yes, the mug. This was made by a street artist in Houston, and it's
Beautiful.
also the mural in our coffee shop,
Yeah,
Coral Sword.
Dual
That's
street.
gorgeous. Yeah.
Yeah, so it's like part of our coffee shop into a mug, and we really love Dual Streets. He does amazing work, and so we teamed up with him, and all of the proceeds are going to No Kid Hungry and Southern Smoke.
Yes.
So helping feed kids in this time of need.
And
So
as a thank you, we've also included an autograph photo of Hunter for people buying it and helping us out with raising funds for them.
That's fantastic, guys. Okay. Well, I really appreciate your time and your candor. I can't think of like two better people to interview right now, because you guys have perspective on all this, and I think this is working out. I think, Lexi, I'm seeing like the silver lining for you having Hunter with you all the time. It seems to be like a dream come true.
It is. It really is. So, I mean,
Thank you.
we always talk about how we've never really had this much time together in one place too. We're not traveling. We're not going anywhere. We're not packing. It's just one long time together. So it's been really fun.
it's been great.
Fantastic, guys. Thanks so much for taking the time today.
Thanks.
Thank you for having us.